It is time for Word Lesson 4, where we're going to be looking at how to do columns and page design, and then also tracking. So I'm not going to give you a bunch of files today. Instead, I'm going to give you a folder with all the files in it. And in order to give you a folder, I do have to zip that folder in a compressed format. So you guys need to unzip this folder and get those files out of the folder. So to do this, you go ahead and click on Word Lesson 4 zip files and download those files. You'll see it has a zipper on it showing that those files are zipped in that folder. Once it is done loading, go ahead and click on the Show in Folder arrow so it pulls up your Downloads folder, and then here it is, Word Lesson 4. Now, if I was to go in here and try to start using these files, I'd have some problems later on because I need to extract these files for them to work correctly. Thus, I'm going to click on this file from download inside my Downloads section while it's still there, and then come up to the top and click on Extract. When I click on Extract, I have this Extract All button that then appears for me to click on, and now I got to tell where I want to have the files extract to. So I'm going to hit Browse, and I want them to go to my, where's it at? My Google Drive file stream. And then from there, I'm going to go to my Drive, and then my Business Office Specialist, and my Microsoft Word folder. And once I get there, I'm going to go ahead and hit Select Folder, and now I see it's going where I want it to go to my Boss Word folder. I'm going to go ahead and hit Extract. It's going to work on uncompressing those files, and then it will open up the location. As you can see, they are in Word right here, where they're at. So now I can close out the Extract button there and continue on. So the first document is going to be the instructions that you can follow, but you'll be using my video, and I'll be using my video to go through these instructions. The second document is going to be the starter, which we'll be using. The third document is going to be an image, which I'll show you how to put it into the starting document. And then the fourth document we'll get to later because that'll be our second part of the assignment. So to get started, you need to go ahead and open up 1-2, the Gettysburg Address. And once it's loaded, we'll be ready to get started and get going. Just make sure that you hit Enable Editing, and now we are ready to go. I'm going to get started. And my first instruction says to open the document titled the Gettysburg Address, which I have done. I have it open. I'm going to add a footer. So we go to add a footer. We've done this before. We're going to go insert. Well, sorry, we've done a header before. Now we're going to add a footer. And I need to have my name on the left and my class period on the right. So I'm going to find one like this. I can put my name on the left. And then I'm going to get rid of that extra stuff I don't need. I don't need anything in the middle, so I'm going to get rid of the middle stuff, and then I'm going to go to the right, and I'm going to type in my class period, and we'll say my class period today is 4B. There we go. After doing this task, I am ready to come out of here, so I'm going to close my header and footer. Now I need to add an appropriate page border and page color, so I'm going to go to Layout in the Layout ribbon, and then in the Layout ribbon I'm going to the Page Setup section. From there I'm going to click on the pop-out box, and then from the pop-out box I'm going to Layout. Once I am inside Layout, I am looking for the borders, page borders. So right here is the borders. I'm going to click on that bottom border for the borders, and then I'm going to be on Page Border. Now that I am here, I'm going to find a page border, and it's going to give me a preview of a border right here, so I can do a box, as you can see, and it's going to, again, like I said, it gives you a preview. So let's go find some different options of borders. It's giving me a preview of a border. I'm going to go with, I'm going to find a border I like. I don't really care what border you use. You decide what border you're going to use. So I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to go ahead and change it to, well, I'm going to get a little funky, and I'll make it, what do I want to go with? Oh, so many decisions. You don't need to do this if you don't want to. I just kind of want to. Never mind. Yes, I do. Cat. That cat's too big for me, so I'm going to go ahead and shrink it down. There we go. Now that I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and put OK. And let's put a page border around. I still need to get a page color into my document. So to get a page color, let's go check out our Design tab. And in our Design ribbon, we have a Colors section. So from Colors, let's see what this does when I choose different colors. Did it make any change? No, because this Design Colors is only for these different design styles. It's not what I'm looking for.
So what I really want to do is I want to go over to page color. So a lot of students are going to get confused and try this colors and be like, hey, it's not working. Well, it's not the right section. So come over to page colors, and then I want you to choose a color that is kind of like a lightish goldish, something like that along those lines. So I'm going to go with this color right here. Alrighty, now I am ready for the next step in the document. I need to go to the beginning of the document. So right here at the beginning of the document, my cursor is at the beginning of the document. I'm going to press enter twice. 1, 2. And then above in this space I've created, I'm going to type in the Gettysburg address. Then I need to go ahead and highlight it because I'm going to center it. I am also going to change the font size to 36. Enter. Then I am going to change the font style to monotype. Monotype Cursiva. So if you can't find it, scroll down until you find Monotype Cursiva. There we go. I have Monotype Cursiva right here and ready to go. Now I'm ready for the next step of the assignment, which is I need to select the body of the document. I'm going to select it all. Now, you need to pay special attention. You've got your title up here, and now we're going to select the whole body. I need to get this right on the first time, or I'm going to have issues later on if I try to do it later on. So now that I have all the bodies selected, I'm going to change the font size to number 14. Going to make it Times New Roman. Now that I have changed the font size, I got my right font size, my Times New Roman, I'm ready to do the biggest step that you have to do correct this first time. So make sure you get this right this first time. I have the body highlighted, and I'm going to turn this into 2 columns. So to do so, I am going to go to Layout Ribbon. From the Layout Ribbon, I'm going to find the Page Setup section and Columns. In Columns, a lot of you are going to be tempted to click on 2 columns. I need you to not do that. I need you to go to More Columns. Yes, we're making 2 columns. I'm going to do it in here. But the reason why I need to go into here is because I need to put a line in between my 2 columns. So I'm going to make sure to hit line in between. As you can see a preview, line, no line. So there's no line, now I have a line. Perfect. So 2 columns, line in between, hit OK. Let's put it into 2 columns and I have a line in between. Now, the next thing I need to do is I need to make sure that this third paragraph goes over to here. So what I need to do is I need to make a column break. And so I'm going to put my cursor right here by the beginning of the B. I'm going to come up to breaks. I'm going to say make a column break. So now that paragraph's all together. The reason why I'm doing this is I want to keep this paragraph together. It looks nicer. And then also I'm going to be putting an image right here. So the next step is probably something you've never done before. We are going to be putting a drop cap at the first letter of each paragraph. So to do a drop cap, I first need to go to my home ribbon. Oh, sorry, my layout. No, I'm incorrect again. It is my insert ribbon. There we go. So from my insert ribbon, I need to highlight the first letter of each paragraph, and then I'm going to come over here to the right on the text section. So in the insert ribbon, the text section, I'm looking for this logo. It has like an A and it shows all these paragraphs underneath, because that's a drop cap. So I'm going to show you a drop cap right there. Boom, dropped. And I need to do that to every single letter of first paragraph. So drop cap, dropped. Right here, drop cap, dropped. Oh, but look what happened. When I did the B, it got messed up. So it's probably gonna happen to most of you. What you need to do is you need to click on the B until you see like a little crosshairs. And then you can grab it and move it around, and we can go and put it where we want it, right up here. Perfect. Now, the next step is I need to take these drop caps. I need to go to the home ribbon, and I need to give them a different design, which is the Monotype Cursiva design. So here we go. Highlight them, change it to Monotype Cursiva. Here we go, Monotype Cursiva. Perfect. Now I am getting close and ready to do the last step, which is to insert my picture of Abraham Lincoln. So to do so, I need to go to the Insert section right here.
Then inside of Insert, I'm going to click on Pictures. And when the folder comes up for pictures, I am going to find, again, my Google Drive file stream, My Drive, Business Office Specialist, and then in Microsoft Word. And then here's that Word Lesson 4 zip file that I have extracted. I'm going to go ahead and click on that file, and then I can see my Abraham Lincoln image is right there. I am going to make sure to highlight the file and hit Insert so it gets into the document, and then I can move around from there.
still not done with this picture. So when I did that, I brought up this new format ribbon. What I want to do is I want to make sure the picture is still clicked on. I'm going to come to wrap text, and then I'm going to put in front of. And what it does is it wraps my picture in front of the text. So now I can grab my picture and put it wherever I want, and I want to have it right about here. But there's still more I need to do before I know 100% where I want it. I need to change the size of this to 3. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change it to 3 inches in height. So here we go. I type in 3, I hit enter, and then the bottom one's going to auto proportion. So I just type in 3 in the top, and I'm going to let this one stay at 2.54. So now I'm going to put this exactly, I'm going to zoom out a little so I can see this a little better. So I know I have it exactly where I want. It looks pretty good right there. All right. I am now finished. I'm ready to submit.
To save the document, I'm going to go File, and then Save As, Browse. I'm going to make sure to find my Google Drive, File Stream, My Drive, Business Office Specialist, Word, and then I'll go ahead and save it as GetThesBiggerJess to my Word file. Now, after you've done this, you are going to go ahead and close out and submit to Canvas.